I'm sure it comes as no great surprise to hear that competition today is stiffer than ever for stores like ours. All sorts of retailers have begun to carry the kinds of merchandise shoppers used to find only in stores like ours. Even in small towns, which the big chains used to ignore, stores like Walmart are leaping into the market to challenge coast-to-coast stores for our share of the business. There's no question that these retail giants are tough competitors, but by working hard to do our best every day and by taking advantage of our competitive strengths, our stores can continue to grow and succeed even in the face of these big guys. And rest assured that we do have some very real strengths in this battle. Our three most important advantages fall into the areas of convenience, service, and information. In a minute, we'll look at each of these three and share some tips on how you can help your store use these strengths. But let's begin by talking about how you can help to offset the most commonly perceived advantage of the big chains: price. For the most part, the big discounters promote price as their single greatest strength. In fact, it's probably their only real strength. But the buying power of coast-to-coast stores working together frequently rivals that of the big chains. Our flyers and other promotions are chock full of great values on brand-name merchandise shoppers want. Those flyers and promotions are a great tool for us to use in creating the perception that we too offer low prices. Make a point to be very familiar with the items listed in those flyers and to practice the technique we call suggestive selling. Point out to your customers the special values printed in the flyers and to let them know that these are truly special prices. Always try to mention at least two of the specials to every customer who comes into your store. Your store manager may select these two items for you, but if you know what's in the flyer, you'll be prepared to suggest items related to the customer's original purchase and help them save money. Make a point to drop a flyer into every customer's bag. That will help them begin to perceive your store as a place that always has some great items at special prices. Another way to help your store compete on price is to lend a hand in bringing in the competition's flyers, so your management can be aware of what the big guys are doing and manage your own pricing accordingly. Now, let's look at those three advantages. The first one we mentioned is convenience. Many coast-to-coast stores have advantages like convenient locations near residential areas that the big guys can't match. Make sure to look for opportunities to remind your customers about those advantages. If a customer has to drive to the next town to save a couple of dollars on an item, their cost in gas and in time more than outweighs that little saving. And if anything goes wrong and they have to make a second trip, they're really paying more to shop the big guys. What's more, your smaller store can sometimes help customers get preferred brands that the big stores don't carry. You can offer a degree of flexibility the discounters would laugh at. But that flexibility can turn a one-time shopper into a regular customer. Always make a point to understand the convenience advantages, anything from parking to specialty merchandise, that your coast-to-coast store has to offer. The second advantage we have, and maybe the most important one, is superior service. If you've ever shopped the big stores, you know they're usually way understaffed, and it can be impossible to find help. Their salespeople frequently work in several departments that cover a large area, and they never seem to be where you need them. But in coast-to-coast stores, our sales staff is one of our greatest assets, with more experience and professionalism than the discounters can offer. You can help take advantage of that edge by making a special effort to give the very best service possible. For example, many senior citizens are especially appreciative of good service, so be extra helpful. And many women are more active in do-it-yourself projects these days. Since they may be a little less experienced, they will tend to remember stores where they got good, solid service. Here's a useful tip. Surveys show that in stores where displays and signage are very carefully maintained and where customers can serve themselves without help, they perceive that they're getting better service than in stores where the staff has to find the merchandise for them. So be a fanatic about keeping your store's displays and signage in order. And don't forget that many coast-to-coast stores offer kinds of service like small engine repair, mower blade sharpening, and replacement of glass and screens that just aren't found at many discounters. So be aggressive about promoting these services to your customers. It's a rare customer who comes in for these kinds of services without buying something while they're there. Our third advantage is information. Because of the nature of coast-to-coast stores, Our salespeople tend to be more knowledgeable about our business than the help in big discounters. This Vidicoast program, for instance, helps to keep you up to date on all sorts of topics. Make it a point to keep up to date on the information that's available to you. Remember, your knowledge is one of the things that brings customers into your store. It's not at all uncommon for the staff in big discounters to refer shoppers to smaller stores when they can't help them. You should always aim to be prepared to take advantage of those referrals and to keep them coming back. Big discounters can be intimidating competitors, but don't panic. Coast-to-coast stores have a wide variety of advantages that can enable you to grow and prosper right down the street from Big Mart and Company. Work hard to be an effective asset to your store, and you'll help make your store a retail David, cutting the discount Goliath down to size.
There's a time to putter around the yard, and there's a time to get down to work. Hard work. That's what Poulan chainsaws are all about. Tough, dependable, hard-working, just like the people who use them. And Poulan chainsaws are packed with the kind of features you'd expect to pay much more for. That's why, dollar for dollar, feature for feature, it's hard to beat a Poulan. Poulan offers an entire line of rugged and reliable chainsaws. All Poulan chainsaws are UL listed and meet ANSI safety standards with front and rear handguards, low-kick chains, and reduced kickback guide bars. No matter what you're doing, there's a Poulan saw that will get the job done without doing a job on your budget. For those quick and easy chores around the home, it's hard to beat a Poulan Handyman electric chainsaw. Unlike some electrics, these saws pack serious power. Features like our most powerful electric motors, a large oil tank, and excellent weight and balance add up to great performance and easy handling. We like to think of this as our toolbox saw. We call it the Poulan Woodsman. It's small enough for the tight spots often required for handiwork around the farm, but it boasts enough power to tackle that load of firewood, too. The Woodsman saw offers a powerful 2-cycle gasoline engine, automatic chain oiler, and lightweight construction. Wider handle spacing than many competitive models makes the Woodsman easy to handle for even the most novice user. The next step is our Poulan firewood saw. Larger, more power, but still lightweight enough for easy handling. An excellent all-around saw, the Poulan firewood saw features 20% more power than the Woodsman, an efficient sprocket nose guide bar, an automatic chain oiler, and our comfortable counter-vibe anti-vibration system that lets you work harder, longer. Designed for the harsh demands of the farm or ranch, the Poulan Farmhand combines everything we've learned in our 45 years of building chainsaws. Sleek, well-balanced, and thanks to our new super clean air filter system, it's more powerful, requires drastically less maintenance, and actually increases engine life. The Poulan Farmhand more than lives up to our reputation for toughness, and with an impressive list of features, it sets new standards for Poulan value and is way ahead of competitive models. The Farmhand features a powerful 2.5 cubic inch engine that's one of the quietest running engines around. Vertical cylinder design adds a slim profile that makes it easy to limb and handle on most every job. The sprocket nose guide bar is more efficient. Our unique counter-vibe system effectively absorbs saw vibration to make cutting less fatiguing. Professional gear-driven automatic chain oiler extends the life of the bar and chain. The Farmhand is also designed with a comprehensive collection of safety features, including our control tip reduced kickback guide bar, a low-kick chain, and strong front and rear hand guards. And the Farmhand comes fully assembled. On the inside, our super clean air filter system blows out dirt and dust while channeling clean air to the air filter. This actually reduces filter maintenance by up to 10 times. You don't have to be a professional lumberjack to own a professional quality saw. The Poulan Forester offers the combination of qualities professionals are looking for: balance, power, and reliability. With a larger displacement engine, the Forester provides more power than the Farmhand. It comes with a sprocket nose guide bar, a slimline vertical cylinder design, and a professional gear-driven adjustable automatic chain oiler. Our Forester saws will make short work of all your tough cutting jobs. A big job, though, takes a big saw, and there are a few jobs our new Poulan Timbermaster can't handle. It's a lightweight, powerful machine designed to provide you the most chainsaw for your money. At an assembled weight of only 15 pounds, Poulan's Timbermaster gives you a healthy 3.7 cubic inch engine, our biggest Poulan powerhead, sprocket nose guide bar, professional, gear-driven, adjustable automatic chain oiler, excellent power-to-weight ratio, and of course, our counter-vibe anti-vibration system for comfortable cutting all day long. Our chainsaws are good examples of the way we do things at Poulan. Improvements, innovations, refinements. It's all a part of staying on top, a position we've enjoyed for over 45 years. And we'll continue to lead the way with products that deliver an honest day's work for an honest dollar. Because the winning combination of quality and value is the cornerstone of our success. It's the way we work. And it's why, dollar for dollar, feature for feature, it's hard to beat a Poulan. Poulan chainsaws are designed to be efficient tree and forest management tools. We respect that trees are a renewable resource and fully support reforestation efforts, so please do your part by planting trees to replace those you harvest. Poulan Weed Eater is doing its part as a proud sponsor of the American Forestry Association and its Global Relief tree planting programs. For more information, call Global Relief at 1-900-420-4545. Each call costs $5, which pays for planting a tree to restore a forest, and information on Global Relief.
In a recent edition of Vidicoast, we began a series of segments looking at some of the basic types of tools we sell every day in our coast-to-coast stores. No matter where your store may be located, it's likely that just about every day a customer asks for your help in finding just the right tool for the project they have in mind. One of the basic adages of doing projects is, half the job is having the right tool. How well we can help our customers select the correct tool will determine how well the customer can complete their project. And if they can get that project done right, they'll be back another day for more help and more tools. In this segment, we're going to take a look at common tools used for measuring, marking, and layout. Measuring tools give you proper dimensions. Layout tools give you the proper shape. Good marking tools keep your measurement lines accurate. Since the tools for all these operations are extremely simple, there's no reason you can't be accurate when you sell them. For measuring either small or large dimensions, the steel tape measure is the most useful tool. The carpenter's rule is also very useful. The rafter square is probably the most useful layout tool, enabling you to get perpendicular lines and to build things square. The level is important for keeping things horizontal and vertical. The plumb bob for testing verticals, and for locating points vertical to other points. A common pencil and chalk line to take care of most marking operations. Make sure your customer buys at least a 12-foot tape with a width of at least 3/4 of an inch. The greater the width, the stronger the tape. Most tapes can be locked at any measurement with a sliding switch. Try to sell one that takes refills, since the tape can get bent. Some tapes have special markings at 1/16-inch intervals, the standard interval for wall studs, floor joists, and other construction modules. The carpenter's rule is basically a wooden ruler that folds up. It is more cumbersome and time-consuming than a tape, measuring usually 6 or 8 feet, but it is more rigid and more accurate for inside measurements. Better rules have a thinner brass rule that slides out of one end for inside measurements. The rule is good in cases where the tape would collapse, measuring from the ceiling down along the wall or even from the floor upward. Try to sell your customers a good one. The cheap ones break. The metal rule is a good tool to have, not just for measuring, but because it gives you a good straight edge to use as a guide for power tools or for drawing straight lines. It is handy for giving you quick measurements. Better squares have tables on them, board feet tables, rafter tables, and angle tables. Complete instruction booklets come with these squares. The working part of all levels is the leveling vial, a thin glass tube filled almost completely with liquid. 2 hash marks are painted on the tube to mark the center, When the bubble is exactly centered between them, the tube is level, parallel to the earth. The plumb bob is used to test the vertical or to find a point directly above or below another point. It's basically a weight attached to a cord. Once the weight stops swinging, the cord will always hang exactly vertically. The plumb bob is most often used to plumb a point between floor and ceiling. This requires two people, one up on a ladder and one on the floor. If the mark is already on the ceiling and to be located on the floor, the person above holds the cord on the mark so that the weight is hanging just above floor level. The person below marks the floor just below the point of the bob. The closer the bob is to the floor, the easier it will be to get an accurate mark. The pencil is the most common marker. The carpenter's pencil is a thick, flat pencil with a thicker core of graphite. It will not make very fine lines, but it's great for rough lines on wood because it doesn't wear out quickly. Lumber crayons and felt-tip pens are other familiar marking tools. Colored chalk is good for layout lines on a floor where pencil lines don't show up. A chalk line is a useful layout tool for marking straight lines over long distances quickly and without assistance. It's also used to mark cutting lines on plasterboard and plywood when you don't have a straight edge long enough to reach between two distant points. It is a length of string wound on a reel and covered with colored chalk dust inside a case. The end of the string is tied to some sort of hook. To draw a line between 2 points, hook the end over one point, pull the reel to the other point. Lay the string directly on the other point, pulling the line taut with one hand. With the other hand, reach as far over toward the middle of the line as possible. Pull it straight up several inches, then let go sharply. The line will snap back down and leave a straight chalk imprint between the 2 points. There's an old saying in carpentry work, measure twice, cut once. Good measuring skills come from a combination of common sense and experience, and good knowledge of the tools.
Over the last several decades, with more and more people getting involved in do-it-yourself projects, alert manufacturers have come to recognize their mission: to help the do-it-yourselfer get the job done faster and easier. The paint applicator industry has addressed this mission by continuously improving top-quality performance-formulated paintbrushes, rollers, and pads. But while brushes, rollers, and pads are the stars of the show, they cannot do the job alone. They require a supporting cast of accessories to perform to their maximum capability and to provide the do-it-yourselfer a high level of satisfaction. This video lesson is about special kinds of paint applicators and painting accessories. Standard paint applicators are excellent for the regular surfaces of a room. But what about the irregular surfaces? In and around the corners, along the baseboards, around cabinets, in small areas. What about painting a piece of furniture or some other kind of very unusual surface? All of these situations can be very challenging to the do-it-yourselfer. Painting can seem like a series of really tough problems. But now, for tough painting problems, there are simple solutions. Simple Solutions is a series of specially designed painting toolkits created specifically for those irregular surfaces and other painting challenges. The Simple Solutions packages become their own mini paint trays that you can conveniently hold in your hand. Problem: corners. Eventually, one wall meets another, and the big paint applicators may make painting difficult. Solution: Simple Solutions for corners. This unique tool bends into or around corners for fast, easy coverage. Problem: small areas. The big roller just won't do. Solution: Simple Solutions Small Areas Kit. This mini trim roller is especially useful in kitchens, baths, and hallways, anywhere there are smaller painting surfaces. Problem: windows. You can spend hours masking, brushing, and cleaning up. Solution: Simple Solutions Window Trimming Kit. This kit features the sash line wand and mini trimmer pad. Painting is so precise that no masking is necessary. The sash line wand trims right up to the glass. Problem: trimming. It can be a time-consuming masking tape nightmare. Solution: Simple Solutions for easy trimming. The trim line edger with the exclusive baseboard trimmer trims ceilings, moldings, and baseboards without masking. Problem: contour surfaces. Painting irregular surfaces calls for a brush and a lot of tedious work. Solution: Simple Solutions for contour surfaces. This versatile paint pad system takes the mess out of painting or staining furniture, doors, spindles, wrought iron, and so on. Problem: small projects and touch-ups. Why waste a regular applicator and then have to clean it? Solution: Simple Solutions Small Projects Kit. This kit comes with 1-inch and 2-inch foam brushes, plus 4 additional replacements of each. Perfect for hobbies and crafts, touch-up, odd jobs, and so on. Once you've helped your customers select the correct paint and the appropriate applicators for their paint project, you should make certain that they have everything they need to complete the job properly. If they are using brushes, the paint can itself becomes an accessory from which to draw paint. However, if more than one person is going to be involved in the project, perhaps an extra paint bucket or tray is in order. If they're going to paint with a roller, be sure that they have the proper size paint tray. Paint pads work well with a conventional paint tray when painting indoors. If your customer is going to use paint pads for exterior work, a specially designed tip and dip tray can be helpful. Up to 1/2 gallon of paint is poured directly into the tray. Most of it goes down below into the reservoir. The tray holds enough paint to load the pad several times. When more paint is needed, simply tip it forward. Paint flows into the hooded area from the reservoir and spreads out. The tip and dip tray is designed to hang on an extension ladder. It is self-leveling with a low center of gravity. Be sure to inform your customer about surface preparation. There are a number of surface preparation tools, scrapers, blades, sandpapers, and wire brushes and chemicals to help remove loose, flaky paint and mildew, or prepare glossy and chalky surfaces for fresh paint. Whatever the project, your ability to help your customers in choosing the right accessories to make their job easier will also help them think of your store as a place to get some solid expert advice.
Paint in the can is not paint on the wall. When a customer comes into your store for products to tackle a painting project, you want to help them get the job done right. You want a satisfied customer, not complaints. Easy Painter recommends selling coast-to-coast one-coat painting products because they make the paint you sell perform. One-coat brushes, pads, and rollers are performance formulated by Easy Painter for faster application, superior finish, and longer life. Make sure your customers understand the money they spend for better paint applicators will more than pay for better results. It will save them time. Sell the best performance formulated one-coat paint applicators from Easy Painter.
Hi, I'd like to spend a few minutes talking about a program that we offer at Coast called Coast Link. Coast Link is a program that allows a PC in your store to communicate directly with the mainframe computer in Denver. And what it allows you to do is to log on directly to our computer so that you have access to information readily right there in your store. For example, we have a program that allows you to find out whether or not inventory is available. So you can inquire right there with a customer in your store or without in your store and find out if the inventory is there. And if you need that inventory, you can make a reservation, you can reserve that product, and it will be delivered on your next truck. Another program that's available on Coast Link is exception price changes, level changes, so that you can manage your retails and maximize the margins in your store. And you can log on to Coast Link, make those changes by price class or the unique item that you want to put into the system, and those will be remembered and will appear on your next price tickets. The way this works is with RBS 2 stores, register number 1 automatically has PC capabilities, and you can log on to CoastLink right there from your cash register. So while the customer's in your store, right there at the front register, register number 1, you can log on to CoastLink and find out if inventory is available and reserve or make whatever other adjustments that you'd like to make. For RBS 1 stores, the register accesses through the back room. And you'll need to go to the back room and do your inquiries. That's where the PC capabilities are. The registers do not have PC intelligence in them in RBS 1. For those of you with your own PC, all you need is a MS-DOS compatible PC. You need a Hayes compatible modem, and you need some communication software called Procom. And then we've written some additional software to allow you to log on directly to our system in Denver. You can log on your PC and you have access to all the data that's available. There's a number of other programs that we have in mind and that are presently being worked on. For example, coming soon you'll have the availability of electronic mail, where you would be able to type letters, send questions or queries to any number of people in the corporate office. So you wouldn't have to pick up your phone. You could just send a message electronically, and that would be received, and then electronically a response could be returned to you. We're also in the process of developing a method for you to file your claims electronically so that you no longer have to fill out all that cumbersome paperwork and wait on the results and not sure what is going to be allowed and disallowed. We'll be able to provide you that data online right on your PC so that you can file your claims and know exactly what your credit amount will be. Following the completion of that, we'll be developing a plan to communicate directly to stores accounting so that as you complete your weekly report and you figure out your sales and you know your sales that are by tender type, you can submit that information and your checks directly electronically into stores accounting. That way it will be more accurate, it will be more timely, and will eliminate the cumbersome key punching that takes place in addition to that at the corporate office. Hopefully we'll be able to automate that even further so that we can electronically send you your statements and you'll know exactly where you stand very promptly and efficiently. CoastLink brings an advantage to you in the store to give you immediate access electronically to the data that exists in Denver.
Today's tip of the month comes from Todd Larson of Larson's Coast to Coast in Monticello, Minnesota. Todd uses an ordinary card file to record the details about his customers' outdoor power equipment and other products that need occasional parts and repairs. On standard index cards, he records the customer's name and phone number, along with the model number of the equipment and parts numbers of key parts that might need replacement. That way, when a customer needs a replacement part, it only takes a phone call to Larson's Coast to Coast to get the ordering process started, and Todd is able to make parts and repair service much faster than usual. Our thanks to Todd Larson at Larson's Coast to Coast Hardware. Submit your tips to Vidicoast, in care of Rick West, Coast to Coast, 501 South Cherry Street, Denver, Colorado, 80222.